All right, let me just talk about the daily routine. I would put your creative work at the start of the day. Okay, so if you are not, I mean, if you're a massive night owl, then this would change. Yeah. So if you only kind of get going late at night, this would change. By kind of your chronotype, if you like, the way that you actually work. I'm not just talking about because you go to bed really late. I'm talking about what you actually are. So I mean, I think the first step in identifying an ideal routine is to know what chronotype you are. So I'll give you an example. So I DJ'd, where is it? Scary emails. There you go. So I DJ'd all over the world, for many years. Which is one of the reasons I'm feeling so oh god, my feelings are going out to all of those live musicians out there and DJs who are struggling. Because I was one of them. So I DJ'd all over the world for years, and so I kind of built up this belief that I was a night owl, because that's when I did my work. It was late at night, and it was only when I stopped DJing. It was only when in fact, I think it was even before I stopped DJing. It was when we had our first child. I actually realised that I was much better in the mornings, really, and it was just that my life had kind of forced upon this night owlness on me. So I reconfigured my life in various ways. One of them was to not go and do gigs and things like that, and as a result, I'm able to do my very best work, which is right for me. So the first step is to find out what your chronotype actually is, if you can. And I mean, if you're on lockdown, right, and you can't go out and you can't go to work, this is actually an ideal time to do that. Yeah. What time of the day are you actually best? Yeah. That time of the day, I would thoroughly recommend is when you do your most creative work. Yeah. So idea generation, or even stuff later on in the process, because you're going to be much more focused. You're going to have many more resources to make those decisions. So do your music like when you are at your best. Yeah, for me, it's first thing in in the morning. Yeah. Another thing, absolutely essential. No matter what chronotype you are, do not make your first step of every day checking your phone, or logging on to your email, or looking at the news, or something like that. Do not do it. Yeah. I did go through a period recently when the tsunami of the COVID thing first hit, of checking the news at first thing in the morning, because I just wanted to know what I had to do. Yeah. So I did do that at that stage. I've stopped doing that now, because I think we're at a more, it's like a new reality. So things are slightly more stable, changing less quickly. Yeah. So I am still checking the news more regularly than I did before, but just not first thing in the morning. But definitely avoid social media, avoid email, avoid basically the outside world for the start of your day, and get some stuff done. Or if you don't get some stuff done, just focus on self-care, on yourself, on meditation, exercise, eating something good, spending some time with your family, or whatever it is. But don't immediately go, information into my head, which is, I mean, it's literally just like pouring anxiety and fear and frustration and anger into your head. I know, the start of every day, I'm going to make sure that I feel really anxious, FOMO, scared, angry, annoyed, and all of those other feelings. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't do that, would you? If I put it to you like that. Well, that's what people are doing. Yeah, I know. I'm going to make sure that all of the stuff that everybody else thinks is important is going to be like put into my head first thing every morning. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So what I would thoroughly recommend is just like pushing the outside world further down your day. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is different because now I'm live streaming, so I'm kind of, I guess it's less like that in this case for me. But aside from this, I mean, I don't I mean, I definitely don't open my email before lunchtime. I don't do social media much at all at any point. But if I did, I would definitely not do it before kind of lunchtime. Yeah. Now that might be a bit extreme for some people, but I mean, trust me, it's going to make a massive difference, not only to your mental state, but also to the amount you get done, and so many different things. And, you know, one of my mentors said, if you want to operate the matrix, you can't be in the matrix. Yeah. And that's kind of how I see the internet and all of that stuff. It's kind of a bit like, you know, the matrix. Yeah. And I want to be able to, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's all bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's a lot that is incredibly harmful to our caveman brains, to our well-being, to how we interact with the people we love. And we want to be almost like sentinels on our minds, on how we're looking after ourselves. And, you know, in the modern world, what that means is really being intentional about when we're using these tools of communication. Yeah. And understanding the impact that these tools have on our minds. Yeah. Because really, our minds are so, you know, they kind of determine everything.